Hi guys, welcome to Dan's Wildlife. Today's a bit of a different video. I'm doing a Q&A. I've asked people on social media, Instagram and Facebook, to get in touch with any questions that they may have, and I'm going to answer them to the best of my ability on YouTube. Okay, we'll get started. First question is from Greg Allen Rose. His YouTube channel is 4 Wheels 8 Legs. I've got a couple of questions off Greg actually. So first question is, what animal would you own if money, space and time was no object? So that's a good question. To be honest, I'd really want an opossum. Like a proper American possum. They're just cute. I've followed Sesame the opossum on Instagram for a long time. Unfortunately Sesame's passed away now, but they do have a lot of the sesame seeds, as they like to call the babies. They're a rescue centre based in America, I think, for rehabilitating possums. So yeah, that's that question. I would really like to own a possum. Second question, what's your favourite animal you own? It's got to be Boba, I think. He's been around since Lady and Nim era, and yeah, he's my firstborn. Well, thirdborn baby, I think, and then you've got Muriel, close second. I love them equally, to be honest, but you know, it's one of them. Would you do a collab with me one day, Greg? Of course I would. We're on about talking about zoos the other day on my most recent video. If we ever, which I'm assuming we will at some point, if I ever come down that way and we get to that zoo, that wildlife collection that you mentioned to me, I'll get in touch. We'll do a bit of a collab together. And the next question are from Hannah Louise Green from Hannah's Empire. So we've got a couple of questions here. Because I said that this Q&A would be a pretty much open discussion about me as a person, to try and get that side of me out on YouTube so people know me more. I've been quite open about my mental health problems, and Hannah has asked me a few questions on those. So how do you best deal with times when your mental health gets really low? I'll just try and distract myself, really. Had a few bad days in the past week, but slowly getting over them. I think that's mainly due to my medication, to be honest. I'm currently on fluoxetine. To most people it's called Prozac. It's knocked me about a fair bit because over the BTS weekend I wasn't taking them consistently, and now I'm back on them. It's kind of made me feel a bit ill, but that's just part of the thing. It's my own fault for not taking them. So yeah, distractions. I like to do animal stuff when I'm feeling low. Make sure everything's cleaned out, make sure everything's fed. Yeah, just day-to-day things. If not, I'll take Muriel for a walk. I should really start teaching Boba how to walk on a harness, so I can take him to shows in the future, because that would be something. And the second question from Hannah is, best advice you can give someone who's currently suffering with their mental health? Like I've said, I'm a very open book about this kind of thing, and the way I kind of find the easiest thing to do, but then again it's different for other people, and I know it sounds, how can I put it, easier said than done, but the best advice I can give to people is you need to talk. Just honestly, you need to talk. Just talk to anybody. The way I started to receive help was I just spoke to my mum about it, and then it's one of those things that I can't exactly avoid, so it's really worth talking about in that respect, because it's gonna always be there. But yeah, that's basically the best advice I can give someone. Even if, like, you probably don't know me personally, but if you are struggling and you need to talk to somebody, then message me on Facebook, you know what I mean? Message me on Instagram. I'm there. I'll put links up in the description and in the video. I'll put the links up if you need to talk to somebody, I'm there. I'm a non-judgmental person. I won't judge whatever you're going through, because at the end of the day, you just need somebody to talk to, and it's the best thing you can do is to kind of accept what's going on. I know it sounds hard, but yeah, that's the best I can kind of describe it. Okay, so the next questions are from Sophie Howarth. Hello Sophie. You can follow her on Instagram at Eddie Longbottom. I'll put a link in the description. That's her dog's Instagram. Honestly, he's the cutest dog ever. He's a if I'm correct, he's a Romanian street dog. So he was rescued from Romania. But no, please go follow them. You get cute photos of dogs. I mean, what more do you want? So her first question is, have you got any more trips planned? If so, where? Yes, I am going to South Africa again in August with a few people. Tarantula Dan's coming along, Stefan's going, and then we're taking a few random people as well that have seemed interested in the actual experience. But we will be organising more trips over to South Africa, so if you want to get on one of those trips, then please get in touch, and I'll put your name down for on our interest list, and then we can sort that out for you and get your quotes and stuff. Second question, have you always struggled with mental health, and when did you find it started to get worse? Did something trigger it at that point when it got really bad? What do you find is your best coping mechanisms now? So I've always felt kind of inadequate. That's really been my kind of problem. I think I kind of find myself comparing myself to people too much, and it really gets to me. Like, I don't know, it's one of them. I'm 28, it's basically the feeling of I'm 28, I don't really have anything to show for it, but I know I do. I've got my animals. It's just a constant battle with your brain to try and kind of get past it. As in regards to when it got worse, it got to the point where I needed help, like June last year, so we're just approaching a year ago. That's when I decided to finally go to the doctors and try out medication. I've tried counselling. Counselling for me doesn't work, which is funny because I suppose this is kind of counselling in a sense, like talking to people. I don't know, strange. But talking with professionals, just I don't know, it's just strange. I couldn't do it. And honestly, NHS mental health services are absolutely awful. Like, I can't remember how it went really, but it was the case of, yeah, you can go for counselling, but you're going to have to wait a couple of months. And then when it finally got down to the crunch time for that counselling, I got a letter saying we can put you in for online counselling. And I'm like, online counselling? Is that really, like, is that an appropriate, shouldn't counselling be between two people face to face, or a person and a group of people face to face? But no, counselling really wasn't for me. Coping mechanisms, basically just talking to you guys, talking to my friends, Stefan, Tarantula Dan. They've all been in situations where, you know, mental health has been an issue, and yeah, that's my coping mechanism. It's just talking. Did something trigger it at that point when it got really bad? There's loads of triggers for it. I think it was just a combination of feeling like completely useless, feeling down about myself. Certain family matters as well were a massive problem. Stress being caused from college work, as I think I've mentioned in a previous video that I'm no longer at college studying HNC. It just got too much to the point where I just thought, you know what, this is just going to drag me down and kill me otherwise. So I thought, you know, that's we've got to sort that out. And I'd just like to say as well, by the way, that I'm actually on the other end now. I'm considering coming off medication. I'm in a much better place, but no, yeah. So when do you find is your best? What do you find is your best coping mechanisms now? Yeah, again, just talking about it. It's inevitable. Like, I can't ignore it. So the best thing to do is talk about it. You can't ignore these things, otherwise it will eat away at you. Which is what I was doing for years before I decided to finally start talking to somebody properly about it. And now people can't shut me up about it. But I'm starting to become a massive advocate for it. Like, I thought, I don't know, it's a very selfish thing, I think, that like, if you feel like only you could possibly be going through it, even though I know that like a lot of people go through it, it always feels, it's obviously going to feel 1,000 times worse when you know it's you that's going through it. You don't expect you to be going through these kind of things. So yeah, that's one of them. But yeah, coping mechanism, talking is the best the best medicine, in my opinion. Another question from Sophie: if you had to pick just one, what is your favourite animal of all time and why? I don't know, to be honest. That's a really hard question. I do like birds of prey. I've always had a thing for birds of prey. Like, if I could, I'd have an owl. Like an ashy-faced barn owl. They're my favourite owls. Favourite carrion bird, a lammergeier. It's a species of vulture. They're really clever, they're really big, and they're actually really, really good looking birds. So if you want to check one of them out, please, I'll Google it, because I personally don't have a photo and I don't really fancy sourcing somebody else's photo off Google just to show you in the video. But no, lammergeiers, I'll put the name up so you can search for it easier. Yeah, I suppose a lammergeier, I'd pick one of them as my favourite animal. I'd like to be one, you know. Who wouldn't want to be able to fly? And the last question from Sophie is, what animal haven't you seen up close yet that you would love to? That is an easy one for me, actually. A great white shark. I've always wanted to go shark diving in Africa. I might have the chance over the next couple of years if I end up in Cape Town, which I do very much plan on ending up there. So yeah, great white sharks. I mean, what's there not to love about them? That could kill you, and they're number one in their food chain. Like, if you're going into their territory, it's not the other way around. Like, you can fish great white sharks as much as you like, but if you find yourself out there with them with no boat, you don't stand a chance. Okay, so the next couple of questions are from a new subscriber of mine. Didn't get to speak to you at the BTS. Hopefully next year, if you go, I'll be able to see you. But Princess Sophie Pink, again, I'd like to encourage youngsters into getting into YouTube, and because it's just a good way of building your confidence up, and you know, it's a hobby. It's a legitimate hobby that you can pursue, and fair play. Like, if you've got your animals and you love your animals, make videos of them. So Princess Sophie Pink has asked, what do you enjoy most about your channel? Honestly, interacting with you guys. If I ever go to shows and stuff, I've like, last year not so much, obviously, because I wasn't as well known, and that sounds so big-headed of me. But comparing this year to last year, I have had people come up to me this year and be like, you don't know me, but like, I'm actually quite a big fan. Dan's Wildlife, like, I really enjoy your videos and stuff, and it really means a lot. Like, if people are doing that to me, then I know that I'm doing something right. So that is the favourite thing about having my YouTube channel, is to be able to get in touch with subscribers, being able to actually have online presence and feel a part of something, you know what I mean? Her second question is, what is your favourite animal and why? Again, I can probably go back to the other Sophie's answer this. Birds of prey, lammergeiers. Again, I'll put the name of the bird up in the corner. Please go Google it. They're beautiful looking birds. Who is your favourite YouTuber? That's a good question. It depends. I suppose it depends on what kind of content I'm looking at. So, I suppose for games and stuff, because I do watch a lot of gaming channels on YouTube, I do love the Yogscast. Like, their Trouble in Terrorist Town videos and their Minecraft videos are actually hilarious. Like, just their content in general, to me, I find funny. Like, I love the sense of humour of those guys. So yeah, probably the Yogscast for gaming, because they don't take it too seriously, I think, whereas most gaming channels do take it seriously and they're like very competitive, whereas these guys just don't really care. They even admit that they're crap at games sometimes, but I think that's just what adds to the humour. As for animal wise, probably can't go wrong with BBC's Natural History. That's where all the David Attenborough stuff is. That's the kind of stuff I like to watch. For more amateur kind of YouTube things, like homemade YouTubers, Tarantula Dan, he's up there. He's been my best friend since primary school. Love his content, love his channel. He's come a long way from where he was. He's a hard worker, and honestly, he's probably one of the best people I know. So yeah, shout out to Tarantula Dan. If you could go to one more place in the world, where would it be and why? That's again from Princess Sophie Pink. That is a really good question. If you could only go to one more place in the world, where would it be and why? You know what, I'm probably going to go with Africa. I'd probably go with South Africa again. Actually, no, I'll go with Africa as the continent, because then that means I'll be able to explore the continent. I could travel between each country. So, yeah, Africa, because it's literally, it's the cradle of life. Like, that's, I can't stress enough how much people need to go to South Africa, or Africa in general, on safari. You will have literally, if you have an affinity for things like that, then it will touch you on an emotional level. And just seeing your first wild elephant in the wild, it'll change your life. It changed mine. I can't get enough of the country now. But yeah, that's probably where I'd choose Africa. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the questions. Thank you for everybody who's put questions in. This video is due to go up on Thursday night. It is currently Sunday. Haven't been feeling very well today at all. I've just been having really bad dizzy spells and stuff. Don't know why. Doctors have said that it's to do with exhaustion. Could be. I don't know. It's just one of them. But yeah, today is Boba's birthday. He's officially 1 year old. Probably got a couple of months left of growing to do. But by the time winter comes round and his winter coat comes through, I reckon he's going to be massive. He's probably going to be the same size as Muriel was when she was a puppy when we first got her. So yeah, that's going to be something. But no, cheers for asking me questions, guys. It's going to be a brief video. Didn't really get many questions, but appreciate those people who have handed questions in, handed more than one question in even. No, it's been good. Yeah, again, reflecting on everything that I've said. If you're struggling with things and you need somebody to talk to, message my channel, message my Instagram, message my Facebook. Just talk. I'm there for you. Yeah, so okay, I'll see you again. Bye.